We love. We love. Welcome to Speculation Sunday on a Sunday. Right, on a Sunday. Thank you, everybody, for joining today's live. We're going to be doing a big Q&A for the most part. There's a couple things we really want to get into, but I want to get into what you guys want to talk about in today's live. I do have a popcorn bucket that I want to give away. I have not had a chance to put everybody's name down and raffle it away. I promise that will happen today at some point in time. I've just been in family mode, but I will get it done today. I don't know where that, but the bucket's over here. Yeah, and I'm talking about the 60th popcorn bucket of the studio tour. We're going to be giving it out to one of the Five Fire members today. We got Just As Danny in the house. Danny, how have you been, my friend? How have you been?
Good. We were lucky enough to have the best seat ever for Together Forever.
Can't wait to get into it. We got my Alyssa all the way from Tokyo. Wow. Hey, guys. Greetings from Tokyo. Just want to say hi, and I highly recommend visiting TDR. I don't want to leave. Nobody wants to leave. My Alyssa, thank you for tuning in all the way from Tokyo. My gosh. I love your stories. It's like my end of the day thing that I just de-stress to all your Tokyo content right now. What's up, Vegas film critic? Hunters Unite. How you doing, Virginia Lake? Peter. What's up, Peter? Where are you at? There we go. Mondo and Danny, Five Fires. Danny, any content, podcasts, anything new that arrived this week or on the upcoming?
Yeah, so like I mentioned just a little bit ago, I had an opportunity to see the Together Forever Fireworks Spectacular. Mondo posted that in its entirety. I have a little bit of I have a Disneyland update video coming out this week, and I'll have clips of that show too in the video as well if you want to check that out. I'm trying not to give the whole thing away, but if you want to spoil the whole thing, Mondo has the whole video. But that'll be up later this week, and then I'll have a podcast up this week as well, hoping that they don't drop any random surprise news before I record that.
You know they are, Daddy. You know they are. Disney has a lot in the tank that they just haven't unveiled as it seems. What's up, Ian? We got Kenneth. Let's go. Five Fires, the tag team champs. Danny Mondo are back at it again. All right. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, hit the like button. We already got 200 people in here. We're at 50 likes. Smash it. Smash the like button. Hit it, please. Please smash that like button. All right, let's get into the news, Danny. Let's get into the news. Disneyland Forward 7-0 vote for approval to move forward. We have one more major vote before things are just green lit. Disney's ready to start spending the billions of dollars. And it would be on track for sometime in June where Disneyland can start construction on anything they want under the regulations of the new zoning. How do you feel? What are your thoughts? The feeling that you got from everything that came out of that Disneyland Forward vote at Anaheim? What do you think?
Yeah, it was crazy, man. That was I did a podcast episode that's already up that broke it all down. But my biggest takeaway was just was kind of shocked, honestly, at how many people who were there at the meeting. There was hundreds, if not thousands, of people that were waiting outside since 3 p.m. to try to get a spot. And then some of them were waiting since 3 p.m. to speak their piece, whether that be for or against the movement. And that was then some people were going on at 11 p.m., 12 a.m. So they waited quite a while. And it was Interesting to say the least. It was cool to see Disney kind of come up there and really showcase like all their plans, what the findings were in their environmental studies report, stuff like that, um, and just like how weird certain things are that you would never think of. Right? I think the biggest standouts to me were they kept talking about how Disney was going to close three different streets with this approval. Um, and you think, gosh, three different streets. I only I only know of Magic Way. You're like, what are the other streets? And the reality is it's like it's so weird when you realize that city zoning Mondo is like so different. So
Yeah.
like think about so you guys all everyone here who's listening is probably if they've been to Disneyland have gone to the Toy Story lot. Mondo, you've gone to the Toy Story lot.
Many times.
So the driveway that you exit Toy Story lot onto Catella, or the same route that the buses take when they're leaving to go to Disneyland. There's that little stretch from like the gatehouse to the signal light right there. That's technically public street. Even though Disney owns that land, the section of street that goes from the gatehouse to the sidewalk is public street. So even though that's not really like a street that anyone can just access, um, it's considered public street. So Disney has to pay the city money for that little section of street, and so they have to declare that they're closing it, even though it's not really a street. It's just the driveway for the Toy Story lot. But that was Clementine, and then the other one is the driveway in the Pumbaa parking lot off of Disney Way. That's considered a second street. And then, of course, as we know, the third street is Magic Way, which Disney would like to close for vehicle access, but not for pedestrian access. So it would remain open. So, and I think it's still going to be accessible for guests on vehicle driving to Disneyland Hotel. It's just people coming from Walnut couldn't turn right and head into the resort that way. It would be blocked off for vehicles and only available to pedestrians. So that seemed to be, when I was watching it, the biggest point of contention. That was the part that everyone was complaining and arguing about, protesting. They didn't want Disney to close that street, Magic Way, right there in front of the Disneyland Hotel.
I looked up a post real quick while you were saying that. This is from Magic Kingdom's 2030 blogspot.com. It kind of really goes over like what Disney wants pretty much right here. Toy Story, that Pumbaa lot is that green right there. Obviously all the stuff by Pixar Place. Dude, like Disneyland Forward is gonna go hard. Uh, Obviously we don't know timelines because they said over 30 years, 30-year generational change for 30 years.
It's
But
funny that you mentioned 30 years, Mondo, because you know it as 30 years. I know it as 30 years. But I was talking to Peter from Ordinary Adventures, and he was actually quick to tell me that all of a sudden, all the verbiage on Disneyland Forward's website and everywhere else is now 40 years. It's no longer 30 years.
what's up with
And I
that?
was like, I'm not crazy. I was like, I know it was 30
Nah,
years.
they've been saying 30 years. Is that
I
true?
know, but
30?
now I looked back at like all the news media outlets that covered the original post, and they all said 30 years. So I was like, I know I'm not going crazy, but now when you go to DisneylandForward.com and you look up anything about the project, it says 40 years. They just like scrubbed the 30 years out of everyone's mind. So
What? Why 40?
40 years.
30-year. I could have sworn the 30-year was like the big thing because I like distinctly remember them saying that.
I distinctly remember it too, but
Yeah. I'm trying to see the possibilities. Is that where I would click for 40 years? I'm trying to look. The things that were mentioned, Danny, and Ken Potrock like brought it up again, is the conversation of Zootopia Land and Frozen Land. Like he gave those as like examples of like this is the storytelling that we can do, and we're trying to maybe bring something of that nature here. Can we almost supplant that like Frozen and Zootopia are coming to Disneyland Forward? Like how do you feel? Is it, or is there going to be just some big change that they just do not go in that direction?
I mean, they keep dropping hints about it. I would imagine that Frozen's kind of like a shoe in, like that's
Mm-hmm.
probably going to happen. Um, Zootopia, I don't know if that's as much of a shoe in. I wouldn't mind it. That'd be a cool thing to have. But it seems like Avatar is what they're starting with, and then maybe we see Frozen next.
Yeah, I feel like Frozen's the next priority because like there's a movie coming out, so and Frozen's been dropped all over the other Disneylands around the world. I'm trying to bring up the video. I brought it up before. Where is it? Right here. Uh, Let me bring it up. This video is the one where Bob Iger announced Avatar. But right before they announced Avatar, look at this. Look at what he talked about.
For our many potential new stories that our guests could experience
Frozen,
at Walt's original
Coco,
theme park,
yeah.
including the opportunity to embark on all new Avatar adventures.
And then he obviously goes into Avatar, but I think those are the hints right there. Frozen, Coco, Zootopia, dude. Um, Crazy. Let me run this crazy thought by you. I just want to throw it out there. All the speculation is really leaning towards Avatar coming to Hollywoodland. Can a Zootopia follow in that path in Hollywoodland? Like, is there a possibility for more to come to Hollywoodland? You know what I mean? Because now it's like really moving towards Hollywoodland's just getting demolished, and the big thing is possibly Monsters Inc. Goodbye. Nah, 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 nah. Goodbye. Which I first I heard Stage 17 and beyond, but now it's sounding like Hollywood, just Hollywoodland gone, reimagined. Uh, could something else go there in this vicinity, or is Disneyland Forward just going to Avatar plot and then just move on to Pixar Place area? What do you what do you think, dude? What do you think?
Um,
These are all crazy speculations right now, but this is
yeah,
speculation.
I feel like if I feel like they're gonna. I just don't really see them getting rid of the Hollywoodland stuff just yet. The adding of the Avatar, as in like an addition to that, would be like a really great hook for that area. Disney still uses that space really heavily for um, like a bunch of different events that have nothing to do with just different festivals and holiday events and things like that. So I don't know. I don't necessarily see them getting rid of it just yet, but
Because
long plan.
the what is the backlot alcohol spot right there next to Monsters Inc. and then that stage that I don't even know if anything's in that. There's a lot of space over there. A lot of space. Where like the food truck is, like that way too.
Yeah. And I just wanted to clarify for everyone in the chat who's saying like 40 years is a long time. Um, Remember, the whole purpose of Disneyland Forward is because right now, if Disneyland Forward wasn't approved, there's nowhere for Disneyland to grow. The only place it could grow is like behind Cars Land, for Avengers Campus. So beyond that, if Disneyland Forward wasn't approved, the only way they could make new stuff is by taking away stuff that already exists, like
Lose.
Hollywoodland, to reimagine it, like they're doing for Splash Mountain with Tiana, to make it something new. And so Disneyland Forward just allows them to have a bunch of space that they could potentially use in the future over the next 40 years. Originally they said 30, but now it's 40, to bring them into the future so they can grow the park rather than redo stuff that already exists. So again, we talked about it multiple times, but it seems like a lot of people just don't maybe quite get it, is that Disneyland Forward is not a project. It's not one project that's being built from beginning to end. It's just space. So there's Disneyland has space right now, but they're not allowed to build on it because the city won't let them. And now the city will let them. So now Disneyland has all this space that they could build on. And when they're thinking about adding new stuff to whether it's Disneyland or Disney California Adventure, now they have all this space to pick from, and they don't have to worry about picking something that's already at Disneyland that they have to get rid of to make something new. So it's no longer like, what can we get rid of? Now it's like, hey, let's expand. So when they say the next 40 years, it means between now and 40 years from now, they're going to have all this space to be able to grow Disneyland and have new things maybe every year, every other year, to keep growing it. And then, 40 years from now, when they need to grow it again, they can look at what they can do then. I don't know. There just won't be any
what
land
the
left.
hell?
It's
What is the growth 40 years from now? My gosh. Obviously, we'll all be old people, and maybe a lot of people just they never get to see that beyond 40 years beyond the 40 years. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy to even think about.
Yeah. It won't be in our life.
Daddy. This is from deadline.com right here. 40-year, 1.9 billion expansion plan.
Yeah, and it's funny is that I sent Peter an article from Deadline.com that said 30-year. That was older, right? So they definitely changed the official verbiage from 30 to 40. Maybe that was just in the proposal. That the city said, okay, you can have this space, but you need to stretch it out over 40 years rather than 30, and then at 40 years we'll look at what can be next.
Do we have this downtown work? Does it look like that right now? Like what we're getting? It really doesn't, huh?
No.
Downtown Disney, it doesn't look anything like this concept art. All the new stuff we're getting.
We have a question, Mondo, from RAS that says, question for Mondo, Danny, with this Disneyland Forward, will any families' businesses be kicked out of their homes and losses their source of income? No, they won't. That was another really big misconception in the meeting where people were from the public were expressing their opinion. People kept talking about like being displaced by this project and like being having to move, and like Disney's not acquiring any new land other than those tiny little streets, like I told you, which really aren't even streets. They're just the driveways entering their parking lots that they already have. So all it is, again, is just Disneyland owns all these land, which right now is just theme park parking lots. So the Toy Story parking lot, the Simba parking lot, the Pumbaa parking lot, and then the parking lots that surround the hotels. Those are all Disney owned land. No one lives on that land. There's no businesses on that land. It's just Disney's land. But the way the city zoned it back in the 90s, they zoned that land for what it was being used for, right? It was being used for parking lots, and it was being used for hotels. So when you talk about zoning, there's different areas in the city that are zoned. So like this area is zoned residential. So in that area of the city, nothing can be built there unless it's something residential. So apartment homes, single family homes, multi-dwelling units, whatever. That's like how a city zones different things, right? And so they zoned these spaces as hotel space, parking space, and retail space. So, but it's all Disney's land. They own it. There's nothing new that's being acquired. There's no one being kicked out, no businesses being shut down. They just were asking the city to rezone this space from the 90s and clarify that the land can also be used as theme park expansion as well. And so all they're really doing is just expanding the theme park to the outermost borders of Disneyland Drive, whereas right now it's not that way. And so that was a big misconception. People who were visiting and saying that they were against the project, kept talking about like being displaced, and then Disney had to keep saying like we're not displacing anyone. Like we're just using the land that we already own. We're just and I think it's mainly because like you know other content creators who maybe aren't in the space that just talk about news, like they don't really know what's happening. They're just talking about Disneyland's expanding and they're buying all this land, or a lot of news stations like major media outlets, they don't know a lot about the project. They kind of just talk out of their whatever, and they spread misinformation. um, and Disney tried to spread the correct information. They've held meetings
Many times,
with the
literally.
public over 30 times since 2021, when you had to still social distance in the meetings. That's how old
Mhm.
and long they've been doing it. So if the public hasn't been aware of the information, that's because they chose not to be. Because if you lived near Disneyland at even slightly, you got some sort of something in the mail or some sort of email that told you about it.
I am beyond excited. I think it's May 7th where it becomes official. And then a month beyond that point, so I guess June 7th ish, Disney could legitimately do something from that point on to construction wise.
Hmm.
I
You
think,
want to clarify? You want to clarify this question, Mondo? From Johanna Cortez. She's a member, 12 plus months.
let's go. Do you know if Disney Forward will open all at once or in parts?
I'll let
Super,
you answer that one.
without a doubt, in parts. And at the same time, like nothing. There's literally nothing in stone of like where they're going. Uh, the one thing right now that like they're just putting it to the forefront of priority is Avatar Land. Even the Avenger e-ticket ride, King Thanos ride, who knows when the hell that opens, but Avatar is like they want it done. And Danny's mentioned this many times over like the last year and a half, that these theme parks want something cool, new, and shiny for the Olympics. They want people to travel. Look at the new thing we got. All these people traveling for the Olympics. And Universal's doing it. Knott's, I guess you could say, kept Snoopy. I don't know if they'll go beyond that, but Universal and Disneyland are for sure doing stuff for that big Olympic tourism that's going to be coming. Uh, the big talk too. Uh, Once D23 comes, maybe we get a better idea of like the direction they're trying to go beyond Tiana's Bayou Adventure, beyond Inside Out Ride. I don't even know how. I'm guessing over there by Inside Out Ride where they have the big Pixar Pier doors. I'm guessing that's how we would go to the future expansion of DCA. Um, we don't know anything over there. As this point, at least at this point in time, nothing's even been thought of from like an engineering aspect of the heights, the sounds. What can we do? What can we budget for? Like none of that exists yet. I think for Disneyland Forward, beyond the Tianas and beyond the Pixar Pier doors. So Avatar is it. There's no way that they just delay all these things for like 10 years and then open it up. The only people that are getting that luxury, Epic Universe. It doesn't matter if they've been closed for 5 years because it never opened. It's a brand new theme park.
Yeah.
Disneyland is expanding, so and for Disneyland, I think it's a great marketing and and strategy to keep. Hey, in 2 years we're gonna have this new thing. In 5 years we're gonna have this new land, and then in 10 years we're gonna have this. To continuously keep bringing people to the resort for 40 years, not no longer 30, for 40 years. Like it's a great strategy. It really is.
Yeah.
So we got Big Rags, 7 month member. Let me go to Big Rags real quick. Big Rags, thank you for being a Five Fire member. After watching Epic Universe get built, I don't see why Disneyland Forward is gonna take 40 years. You have any opinion on that?
Yeah, I think that but like I was just talking about before, Big Rags. People have to like delete the word Disneyland Forward out of their brain. Disneyland Forward is not a project. It's not a theme park. It's not anything. It's just space, right? They've got all this space, and now they're allowed to build on it, and they may choose to never build on it, right? The Simba parking lot right next to Disney California Adventure Park, they may never build there ever. It could stay a parking lot forever, and that's maybe what they want to use it for. They just want the option to be able to use it for a theme park at some point in the future. So everyone just delete Disneyland Forward from your brain. It's not a project. It's not a theme park. It's not a land. It's just space. It's just space. So now they have all this space, and they can announce projects, and then those projects get built, right? So right now, what have they announced? They've announced an Avengers e-ticket attraction, and they've announced an Avatar land. That's all. That's all they've announced for Disneyland, anyway.
And Tiana's.
Oh yeah, and Tiana's, yeah. So right, those are the only things that are being built. None of this other stuff is being built because it's not anything. It's not a project.
Portos that hasn't come yet.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, they did announce Portos.
Yeah.
So Big Rags, it's not taking 40 years. It's just this space could potentially give them 40 years worth of growth. That's what that means. So it's not going to take 40 years to build. It just says, with all this land, we're predicting this could let us grow for the next 40 years. And like Mondo was just saying before, it lets them offer something new every year to be like, oh, this new section here, this is a new land. This here, this is next year. That's a new land. Over here, there's a new land there. That's next year. But that's only if they choose to do that. They haven't said what they're going to do other than Avatar.
Hey, Danny, Avatar Land has to come, and the reception, the amount of money they make, and that whole shebang. I feel like if Avatar Land is just an extreme success, they're really gonna, I guess what they say, turbocharge. They're gonna turbocharge into like, okay, well, let's keep investing. This is working. I think Avatar Land's gonna be the key. Like, should we really push hard and keep dropping billions, because all these projects are not going to be cheap. We're talking 2025 money, 2026 money, 2030 money. Inflation and the way things are going, things are only getting more expensive. But Avatar Land, if somehow it's a flop, I'm really curious. Maybe Disneyland's going to be like, we're just going to keep building hotels, which will be a disaster. It's like cool to get hotels, but not really. We want more theme park. But
yeah,
we'll see how
we got JP Land and Theme Park Shark in the chat.
What's up? What's up? Universal Janie too. All right. Before we get into Q&As and stuff like that, Pixar Fest fireworks, Danny. Give us your overall thoughts. Like, what'd you think? Because we got to see it firsthand yesterday. It was sneak peeked, not on the schedule or nothing. It just happened, and thankfully we were there first row. What'd you think of the new additions? Because you've seen the previous Forever Together. Now you see the 2.0.
Yeah. It was amazing. They did such a good job. I think the biggest difference right away is that, like, in 2018, we didn't have these like amazing new projectors that they've got going on the castle and on Main Street for that matter. So more recently, we've had new projectors put in, and you can really tell the difference, right? It really adds a whole new level of immersion to watching these fireworks shows, especially with the new additions they've added to it. But seeing Buzz Lightyear fly over the castle, seeing the Up House fly over the castle, it's just a really great fireworks show, and it really shows you just like how much Pixar influence there is at Disneyland already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really enjoyed the fireworks. I already loved the original Forever Together. This one being longer now, and then having the influence of the new IPs that they got from Onward, Inside Out, Elemental, Luca turning red. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I highly recommend watching it. And like Danny was saying about the projections, it was just one of those like, were these things really like more clear this time, kind of more vibrant? And the answer is yes. Everyone kept saying the same thing, even on Main Street. These projections are just looking great, and they really add to the whole storytelling aspect of these fireworks. Um, Even if you watch them in Main Street, you're gonna get a great show. Main Street really comes to life. They do. We'll get the videos eventually this coming week, but they do like inflatables during the Coco part. So even Main Street has like cool features where you're like, whoa, they're doing that.
Yeah. I feel like you're going to be live streaming this a lot this summer.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be live streaming in general, dude. The dance parties, Fantasmic, Pixar fireworks. Soon enough, we're gonna see the new parade, Pixar Parade, whatever the hell that one's called, the Together Forever Parade. I'm just gonna call everything Together Forever. But Pixar Fest is really gearing up to be awesome. Um, I'm very excited. These fireworks, they only are doing good, in my opinion, to keep the hype coming. Disneyland was already very busy yesterday. So I could imagine now this whole summer and the concept of like fireworks every day is going to be a very busy summer at Disneyland Resort. I don't know if I'm ready for that because it's starting to get hot as heck too.
I know.
Dude, do you remember Lightning McQueen coming out in the fireworks? Somebody mentioned that to me, and I was like, I don't really remember a Cars part, kind of.
There was a Cars part, but it was really small. I think it had like a bigger presence before, but that might have been what they had edited out in order to add these new things. But there was like there was a little moment where like him and Sally like drive across like the waterfall. Like there was that little scene.
Because I could have sworn in the previous Together Forever, it was like you knew Cars was on there. This time, there it is,
Yeah.
and that's it. Oh no, you get a Lightning McQueen. Okay, no, I got Cars. I got some Cars in there.
Quick little second.
Little 10 seconds. Oh man. What else did I want to talk about with Disneyland? We got lots of Pixar stuff going up, like the big marquee and the Esplanade and the Main Street entrance.
Yeah, we did. I did want to say for the Together Forever fireworks show, a few people have talked about it in the chat too. In the Toy Story scene, they did eliminate the fire, but I don't know about you, Mondo, but the colored smoke actually did a pretty good job of conveying fire, in my opinion, without actually using fire. I didn't feel like a loss of dramatic effect. I mean, fire would have been cool, right? But
yeah. I feel if you've never seen the fire, you don't even realize something was missing. Like it's good.
Exactly.
It's good. Mm-hmm. But I've seen the fire, and I really feel like it's missing. I want the fire. It's like the same thing with Darth Maul and Star Wars fireworks. The smoke does not work. It doesn't give us that like whoa, the fire effect at the castle. But a lot of people, this fireworks show is brand new. They never even knew it existed. So to them, it's going to be really cool. It's like, oh, smoke. I get it. But I feel like the smoke kind of goes with the scene anyways, because like it's just like the whole fire sequence,
Yeah. We got a member message from Haunters Unite. 30 months of membership, Mondo.
Wow, let's go.
And Andre says, can't wait for HHN.
Dude, can we get a freaking announcement?
Give us the dates.
At least the dates. At least the date. Give us the pricing for that matter. It doesn't even have to be an announcement. Just the dates and the pricing. I would like to know. Are we going to get charged once again for early entry? Like, I want to know these things. But man, nothing at this point in time. Nothing. Oh man, but thank you, Haunted Unite. Love you, Andre. Thank you, man.
We got a super chat from Unbreakable who sends $5 and says, Mondo, how does it work getting into the front row for the fireworks?
It's brutal. The answer is brutal, dude. I'll give my story since, real quick. I filmed a vlog and I was at Disneyland. I stopped filming and just whatever around 3. So I kind of waited for fireworks from like 3. But I was sitting on one of the benches by like where they sell the corn and turkey legs right there on the hub, looking at the castle. Because I wasn't sure, because you never know like how many crazy people are gonna just camp the castle and everything's full and it is what it is. You can't be in the front. So this time around, I was like, I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit and just sit my ass since 3 o'clock, because that's what it takes. You want the front of the castle like we did? It literally is gonna take anywhere from like 3 to 6 hours of waiting, like literally. And I realized that they closed off the area where I was originally sitting on the benches on the hub of where like the Walt statue is, looking at the castle. They closed it all off for private viewing now. So it became, I can't stay seated on the bench. We got to go to the front of the view. And at that point in time, when I was at the front of the castle, it was probably from like, I don't know, 5:30 or 6 all the way to 9:30. But when you do these kind of days where you're like camping galore, you risk the wind canceling fireworks and you get screwed. You get you get Mickey's Mixed Magic. We just got really lucky yesterday. I feel next week it's going to be miserable. It's going to be even harder to get the front of the castle because everybody has a reservation for next Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I took the risk of doing it yesterday because we heard it could possibly happen again. Nothing was guaranteed, and we just got lucky. We just got lucky yesterday. We got a super chat from Vegas Film Critic. Danny, submarine voyage getting the axe for Disney Forward? Say it ain't so. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either, but
are we talking like Nemo? Nemo's leaving?
Maybe. I mean, but again, I don't see the submarine voyage going anywhere. For a really long time.
I literally have heard nothing about submarine.
Yeah, they spent so much money just recently redoing that. So
yeah,
I don't see it going anywhere.
They doubled down on the refurbishment that they did. That refurbishment had to have been like millions of dollars. Like it ain't hundreds of thousands. It had to have been millions to drain, repaint all those employees that worked on that, high paying employees for sure. And that and that refurb was like months, dude. It felt like forever. Yeah, I'm gonna go on the tale of submarine voyage ain't going nowhere. We've talked about it before. Danny's mentioned it many times that maybe the big 75th is a Tomorrowland refurb. Like it's not necessarily Tomorrowland's gonna get the love everybody wants, but a refurb, a big refurb. And just recently, we saw all this like retro merch coming at Star Trader outside of Space Mountain or Star Tours, and it's all Tomorrowland retro stuff. Do I believe People Mover comes back? Probably not. But do they make Tomorrowland look beautiful? I believe it. I think so. I think so. And we already know the electric cars are coming at Autopia, so. That's $1 million right there without even thinking about it. But thank you, Vegas Film Critic. If Submarine Voyage did leave, we're getting some cool stuff. It's a lot. It's a big plot of land. But I find it hard to believe that Submarine goes down and there's like a reworking of Autopia and then a brand new attraction land. I don't know. I look at Disney. They're expanding Pixar Place. They're going that way. If things get crazy like that, after all the money they spent on refurbing the subs, it ain't going anywhere. The ride still gets long lines. So does Autopia. Yeah, surprisingly, subs they're beyond 45 minutes all the time. It's like a normal thing. The normal thing. Bay Area Disney, are they going to have fireworks during weekdays, or is it, or will it just be projections? Danny, do you remember if Forever Together back then did projections during the weekdays? I don't remember, dude. Like, I really don't recall.
It didn't. I don't remember if it did either. I know it had projections because it was one of the. It was only like the second show because we have to remember the Disneyland 60th anniversary. So that was 2016 or in the 2015-16 era. That was the first time they'd ever done those projections on Main Street to this level. And then they kind of continued it on. And right after the 60th was the Pixar Fest. So it was still really new then. So I don't think they were doing it exclusively just yet. Maybe they were, I don't remember. But I know for a fact this one is doing it on nights that there's no fireworks. So they will do a projection show on nights there is no fireworks. And right now the fireworks are only on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday until we hit the summer season. So I don't know if it's exactly when we hit the summer season because technically summer always gets kicked off by Memorial Day weekend, which is when Fantasmics comes back. But for right now, anyway, at least this week, today would be the last day they'd have fireworks. So if they have Together Forever again tonight as a special preview, it could potentially be tonight. And then there wouldn't be fireworks again until it actually debuts on Friday.
Yeah, the whole projection during the weekday is literally a new thing. It's kind of weird to think of Disney not doing projections. Talk about projections. Do you think Small World gets used like for some Fort Town music, some Pixar music? You know, kind of how they did Encanto. Remember how they did? We don't talk about Bruno over there.
Yeah, that'd be cool if they did like a little fun little like musical moment with like Pixar characters and stuff.
Do you think we get like a bunch of songs together, or is there one song that needs to get on that Small World projection? What do you think? What would it be? That's a hard
from
one.
Pixar. I don't know. I mean, they could do something from Toy Story, pretty iconic. You know, any of those.
You Got a Friend in Me would kill it. It would.
The whole celebration's about friendship, right? Friendship and beyond. So that would make sense.
You got a friend in me. Would we get annoyed at that for like 3 months? Them just projecting that? Nah, I don't think so. The kids are gonna eat that up, dude. Just everybody singing "You Got a Friend in Me." We got 30. Johnny, just dropping fire. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day, dude. Thank you, man. Beautiful, beautiful Sunday, my friend. It's still hot. I'm like hot, even though the sun's gone down. I've had a great day with the family today, Johnny. Hope you too, man. Thank you for 32 freaking months. Paulos, will you be at Disneyland opening day Pixar Fest? Yes. I hope to cover, vlog, hopefully live stream at night to see all the stuff from the live at night, like the dance party and fireworks and whatever time the parades are at DCA. There's a lot. I will be there. My goal is to be there.
I'm going to cover the stuff on the weekend. My goal is, though, I'm going to try to come after work on Friday to do some of the nighttime stuff because so much of the Pixar Fest happens at night. We have Club Pixar. We have that Pixar celebration over at the Fantasyland Theater, which also happens at night. And then we have the fireworks show. So there's a lot going on to cover at nighttime.
I think the parade might have a late like a late, kind of more towards the darker side of the, like, or not darker, but just kind of more when the sun has settled down. Uh, Maybe it has like a night package, the new parade. At least I hope it does. I hope it does. It wasn't me. Disneyland Forward equals Magic Key price increases higher than ever over the years. Like Rumpel says, all magic comes with a price. You best believe that, my friend. We're not far off from Magic Keys just being $2,500. It's a sad reality, but even then, Magic Keys would still be worth it because Disneyland, it's the happiest place on earth. I have no issue saying that. I'm not buying tickets. I don't want to ever go back to buying tickets. I'm thankful for my Magic Key. All right, Danny. Any other things that you would want to talk about with like Disneyland, Knott's, Universal? Anything you want to bring up?
I wanted to bring up for Universal. You had the opportunity to go to not only a special preview beforehand, but also the AP preview as well of the tram. Can you showcase some of the special like photo ops people can do? Because I think that's the biggest confusing part for a lot of people is people don't realize kind of like how that plays into the tram as far as like when you get to do that. So
yeah, I feel. Let me go to it right now. I'll go to it right now, Danny.
Raul in the chat, Mondo says the parade at California Adventure is 4:30 and 6. In the summertime, 6 is not dark at all. So maybe it's like dusk a little bit, so they could have some light package on it. But I don't know how clear that would be.
When did Paint the Night take off at night, or when did it start? Do you remember? Was that like a 7:30 thing?
It started like right after World of Color ended because they had to like time them together.
So Paint the Night went off like at 9 or kind of thing.
Yeah.
9:30. Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, Paint the Night was just it was beyond its time. Holy macaroni, that's so crazy. We got gifted membership, Anthony Bonfire. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate you, man. Let's go. What Horror Night gear? It looks like you're wearing a Horror Night shirt on that bio. What year is that? What year is that? Thank you, man. Angie LA, real quick. Are dining packages with reserved seating already available for Fantasmic? I don't know. They might be.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay. It seems like those weird dining packages pop up out of nowhere. Nobody gets told anything, and people just only the people that are in the know are just booking them up. Happens all the time. But thank you, Anthony, gifting that membership. So what happens is you actually get dropped off right here. Once you pass the Bates Motel or the house of the mom, you pass the Hollywood sign. You actually get dropped off in Bates Motel. There's a photo op. Like, there's a lot of photo ops, but the main photo op when you get dropped off on Bates Motel is this tram, which is the actual glamour tram that was used 60 years ago. And then the next one is this Bates car with the house and just everything in the back. I feel like I took this photo op for granted a little bit, but when I saw my photo, I was like, that's a great photo, dude. Because you get the car, everything in the background. It just looks really, really cool. So don't miss out on that one right there. And then it keeps going, kind of like a more theme, or I guess I just want to bring it up. They have a character walking around, kind of talking to everybody, scaring everybody a little bit. But then once you go around the corner behind Bates Motel, they have the shark. And you also get, where is it? Oh my gosh. You get the Fast and Furious cars. That's a photo op. And then there's a King Kong hand. And these all come out really cool in photos. Like, I like it. I like it. The part I want to mention, and I already mentioned it, like I mentioned it before, is the crowding factor. I don't know how they're going to do it. You got tons of trams and everybody trying to do the photo ops, which means you're going to be stationary, you're going to be waiting in line in this area. It's going to get backed up bad. I feel like I don't know, the logistics aspect. I feel like is going to be a nightmare. And this is what it looked like on annual pass holder preview. The Thursday I went, the line was out here, and this was like a controlled flow where people had time slots, so it wasn't like a bombard, like everybody just all at once. This is what it looked like on the pass holder day. So I don't know, dude. I have a feeling it's gonna be crazy, like in not such a good way, just because it's gonna be in high demand, and there's not enough photo ops to spread that crowd. At least that's how I feel right now. Maybe I could be proven wrong, but dude, I've seen what it looks like in summer at Universal Studios Hollywood. You can't even see the floor. It's packed. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Any thoughts on
that whole switchback queue being full is just a regular thing in the summer, no matter what. So
yeah, so to see, because after you do your photo ops, then you could just load back on the studio tour, and then it takes you into Nope section, and then supercharge, and your studio tour is over. But to get people to do the photo ops and then get back on the studio tour in a timely fashion, I don't know how that's going to play out, dude. It's crazy. It's going to be crazy. I said this a long time ago before I even actually did it. Because photo ops keep people there. And in this scenario, they're trying to get people to do their photo and move on. Get out of here. How about you make like a tree and leave? But I'm going to be there many times, so I'll let you know how this plays out. I think a lot of people might opt out for, like, I don't even think I want to do the photo. I just want to keep my studio tour going. So we'll see. Also, too, there was an accident that did occur with the studio tour. I don't know any details. The news have been reporting stuff. The only thing I could say, my prayers go out to everybody affected. The last thing you ever want is to have something like that occur where injuries happen. Because, like, you don't go to a theme park to get injured or even that thought. But I know Universal is working hard to accommodate and make sure whoever needs the attention health-wise, they're going to get it done. I believe in Universal and the teams they got to take care of these people, and hopefully everybody's okay. I don't know the details. There's been details of, like, the brakes, the speed down, like, the flash flood area. I don't know what the true story is, so it's, like, hard to really comment on anything other than, like, just my prayers go out to anybody affected on that, because it's scary. That's the last thing it's just a nightmare, because I've taken my kid on there, and there's no seatbelts on a studio tour, so the whole thought of, like, they on one of, I think it was KTLA, said overturned tram. Like, that's crazy, but I don't know what the truth is. I'm trying to think. Oh, real quick, I just want to go over this before we go into Q&As. I had a chance to go to Knott's Berry Farm, and I actually had a chance to go to Six Flags. Man, I've been driving a lot this week. Where's the photos? I could have sworn I posted photos. Damn, I did not post it. Let me go to my vlog real quick.
You didn't post the photos?
I know. I thought I did. I don't. Maybe I'm just over skipping it. But I just want to show this because I got a good video of what Camp Snoopy is looking like. So, Camp Snoopy, their big thing was that they're trying to finish by summer. Look at that. That's where the big Ferris wheel. You think that'll be done by summer, 1 or 2 months? I don't think so. But the one that is really getting speared into progress is this roller coaster right here. And even for the train, I don't think they're anywhere near done on the train, but this is the big one that I think they're trying to get done, Danny. It's the Tinder Paw something Snoopy ride. Supposedly this ride I think is supposed to go around twice. So even though it's a small thing, you get it twice. But look at that dirt field, and then this is where the Camp Snoopy Theater is. Another big ass dirt field. Yeah, I don't know about summer. This is looking like Christmas. Oh man, I'm curious to see how it all turns out. If honestly they have to delay, just delay it. Make sure everything turns out good. I do have some.
Don't rush it. Don't rush it.
Yeah, exactly. Don't freaking rush it at all. But I have heard some news right here. This is Chilling Chambers that we're looking at. I could be totally wrong. Okay, speculation that Chilling Chambers is returning as Chilling Chambers. Chilling Chambers coming back as Chilling Chambers? I don't know, dude. I don't know if I'm on an island on this one, but it's kind of hella weird for a 50th celebration maze to come back and it's not the 50th. It's like, bro, you had your chance, maze. Keep it going. How do you feel about Chilling Chambers coming back, Danny, if it's true? Because you weren't that fond of it already as it is.
No, I liked the idea of the maze being turned into a new maze that was going to match the scare zone that it's in now. The what is it called?
Gauntlet.
The gauntlet. Yeah, matching the gauntlet.
Very excited about the gauntlet.
I didn't like Chilling Chambers. I didn't think of it as a very fun maze to do. I liked Doll Factory, right? And that was a part of Chilling Chambers, but I just didn't like it. And it wasn't like I mean, there was a lot of really great stuff to look at, but I don't know. Just to me, it wasn't a very repeatable maze, and I didn't really want to go in it again. But if it comes back as Chilling Chambers, it comes back as Chilling Chambers. At least it's a maze that'll take people in line for other mazes that I don't want to wait for. So
Chilling Chambers might be one of those you do it once or twice and it's like retirement. I'm good. I'm doing the other stuff. Rick dropping a 10 super chat. Rick, I'm taking a train to California from Texas. My friend has a free bring a friend ticket for Knott's for the month of May. Will a pass be worth it if I visit a couple more times on my trip?
yes.
Yeah, get a pass. Dude, to get a pass for you would be like 40 more bucks or something. So hell yeah. I would for sure get a pass. Even if you only went 3 times, I think that 3 times pays for your pass without even thinking about it.
Yeah, and if you're not going to have a car here, you don't have to pay for parking.
Yeah, $30, you don't even have to think about it.
Because he's taking the train, so he's not going to have a car. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. I want to give this recommendation to Rick. We've talked about it many times, but if you're going to Knott's, I highly, highly recommend. If you trust my opinion, get the freaking all-day dining, bro. All-day dining. I can't recommend it enough. Right here. Where is it? What? All-day dining for $33. That's a freaking steal. You could spend $33 on one meal at Knott. Kind of the more cool one will be $45, which they consider premium. I think that one you get a drink and stuff. But dude, really consider this $45. It goes a long way. Every 90 minutes you could get a meal. Every 90 minutes, it's like a $20 to $25 meal you're saving, dude. $45 premium. It pays for itself literally in one use, honestly.
Yeah.
Super recommend.
Peter had a really good idea in the chat, Mondo. He says, it would be cool that if every time they retired a maze, they move a big scene from that maze into Chilling Chambers, so that the Chilling Chambers maze could just be like the Knott's Scary Farm history maze. Now that would be a cool idea. because I
dude.
would love to see a little pumpkin eater action in there. They could throw in some depths in there, and
Uh,
just like
that
people would
was it.
love that.
Shadowlands just got retired too recently. Dark Entities. That okay. So
Mhm.
just to keep going on what Peter's saying, that'd be cool to put iconic scenes of the retired mazes in that maze, and then it's just like a jumbo of like the badass scenes that are just getting retired over the year. That'd be really cool. It's just that's like a maze that never ends. It's like the same maze, but it always keeps getting stuff because things will get
Yeah. So
retired.
we always know that we would be getting like an update to Chilling Chambers,
That'd be
and
cool.
then there'd be two new mazes too, or like
They
one new maze or
they
something.
should try that out for like 4 years. I think the fans would love it, especially not Scary Farm fans. They have a lot of they have like a long tenure. Like Scary Farm has like 30-year fans. Like they've been going for the event for 30 years. So I think a lot of people would love that. That would be a hit, dude. I like that idea, Peter. Also, too, go check out Peter's new video. I was watching it a little bit ago. Uh,
Yes, they just posted a video touring World
the
of
Frozen.
Frozen in Hong Kong Disneyland. The best tour of World of Frozen you're gonna see. They'll cover it all. They'll cover it all, and they
Easy.
cover the restaurant, which is what I care about because I mean that's the coolest part, right? They're dining in the castle.
It's brand
I
new.
mean,
Brand
yeah,
new.
brand new.
Check it out. Right here. Ordinary Adventures. It's so cool. And their Frozen ride is like just like futuristic. It's like
Yeah,
it was just I don't know, more vibrant, more cool, more immersive. It was really nice. Uh, we we deserve the freaking the screen faces to just get out of here, Disney. Epcot deserves better than that, dude. Just do it. You got all these billions of dollars. Just put the freaking animatronics. Just
it's so
clone them.
crazy that
Try not to cuss.
it's so crazy that we turned a ride that has been at Epcot for a
For like
long
20
time.
years. I feel like forever, dude.
It's been a ride at Epcot for a really long time since they opened the Norway Pavilion, and then they turned that ride into a Frozen ride. They didn't change the ride at all. They just put new scenes in it, and that was so successful that they've now recreated that ride two other times.
Insane. Same technology, pretty much. The concept of like the boat
That's
ride.
crazy. I can't even think
Going
of
backwards.
another. I can't think of another instance, Mondo, where a redo of an existing ride was so popular that they recreated the redo two other times.
The only thing I could think of is probably not a good example, but Spider-Man into Transformers. It's kind of like
Kind of
kind
like that, yeah.
of. Thank you, and who knows? Maybe Disneyland will be getting World of Frozen. You already know it's coming, Peter. I hope. I'm just.
I hope it's coming.
I hope we get a different ride though. We got two, dude. We don't need a replica of the Epcot. Like, I want to go to Florida to be like, I get this right here, and I get this other ride at Disneyland. I hope it's different. Because when you think about it, Disneyland in Florida, we got some clones going on from Toy Story Mania, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Even though there's like little different, they're pretty much the same ride. Rise of the Resistance, Millennium Falcon. There's a lot of rides that are literally the same. I would like a different Frozen ride, or give us the roller coaster, but like a long version, more Thunder Mountain feeling. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Uh,
Disney with Denise says, what was the ride before it got turned into Frozen? It was a ride called Maelstrom. So just search a YouTube video for Maelstrom Epcot, and you'll see it has zero tie-in to Disney whatsoever. It was strictly made by like the Norway government, like to showcase like Norway's history, as and the country as well as like their legends, right? The legends of trolls and things like that. So not real history, but like the stories of like Vikings and stuff like that. So it was a little bit of both, but it had the same boats. It had the Viking boats and everything like that. and the same ride system where the boat goes backwards, all that stuff. The only difference was when you did the turnaround part where the boat would stop and then you start going forward again after you go backwards. Um, on Maelstrom, that used to be a part where you could see outside. So you got to see the boats like when you're
Wait,
outside.
outside the
Like pull up.
ride?
Yeah, the when it
What?
so before the big drop on Frozen Mondo,
Yeah.
right before you do that drop, when it would stop, you would see the boats on the outside. They'd stop there, and they were like essentially on top of a waterfall on the outside. So the boat
Wow.
would pause there, and if you were in the car and turned around, you could see outside. Um, but if you go back to photos of Maelstrom, I'm sure you could see a picture where you were at just a second ago, showing all the rides
Let me see
things.
that. Yeah. Um.
Maelstrom was a weird ride, like strange. So when you guys watch it, like you're not even gonna believe that was Disney. Um, but
Oh,
it has staunch fans that miss it till this day. Um, I like the Frozen ride, so I liked Maelstrom too. I did not like it, so but we got to keep going.
this is from Yesterland.
There it is, right there. See the boats?
Whoa, that's so cool! I
Yeah,
didn't
the view
know
at the
that.
top. Yeah, that's all closed off now
Wow!
on Frozen because that's a really dark scene now.
Wow,
So
I had no idea. I didn't go to Epcot during these times. That's cool. Damn.
yeah, and it
What's
used to dump
this?
you it would dump you into a theater where you would watch a movie about Norway that the government helped Disney like create, um,
Wait,
like
you get out of the
for tourism.
ride and then watch a movie?
Yeah, you would get off
How
the
many?
ride and then go into the movie.
Wow, what an experience. I never it had to have been like 2 minutes long, right?
No, it was pretty long. It's pretty long.
What, how did this work back then?
Yeah, you didn't have to watch the movie. They would give you the option to watch it or leave,
Uh,
and most people left.
yeah.
So the movie was pretty not used very often. They used the space from that movie, I think, to add another show scene on the ride that didn't exist before.
I see.
So
Okay. We got DD Gallardo dropping a super chat. Had a thought. What if the new studio tour just turns into photo ops with the HHN monsters? Random. Yeah, so there's conversation going on right now. I'm curious to hear Danny's opinion. The studio tour 60th goes all the way up to August 11th. For the most part, Horror Nights is going to start either first week or second week of September. That's not a lot of transition from King Kong photo ops and glam tour and whatever to Halloween Horror Nights. So maybe that month of August, could some of those photo ops just be Halloween Horror Nights for that matter? Because it's been rumored very heavily that we get Terror Tram this year. So I don't know how that's going to play out. Uh, what are your thoughts on that one, Danny? Can we get Horror Night photo ops for 60th? Because Terror Tram's part of it now, you know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, I feel like just in general, I don't. The whole fun part about the tour, the tram, like during Halloween Horror Nights, is when you get off.
Yeah.
So it's almost like I kind of wish they just didn't have the tram portion at all. Anyway, that you could just walk the tram route, like on the parts that you needed to, and then walk back. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, they could do like some cool photo ops, like old HHN like scenes and props from like famous mazes and stuff. That could be a fun little way to incorporate the tram into the HHN aspect of it all.
People would go crazy if like HHN got incorporated to Glamour Tram. You know, horror is a big part of what Universal has done over 60 years, 100 years, honestly. So I can see that. I can see some. Maybe they don't consider it horror nights, but just horror in general. That would be really cool. That'd be really cool, and it'll be cool if like they're like, hey, we're only gonna do this in August, so you got to come back. That'd be crazy.
We
But
have
thank
we have 5 gifted memberships, Mondo. 5.
Wow. Oh, the
We have Eddie McGready, West Coast Resales, Nikki Enchanted, Jennifer, and Jesse Carcamo, all gifted memberships by Pink Lady.
Pink Lady. Oh, the macaroni. Thank you for growing the community. Oh my Pink Lady, fire! Thank you. Can I get some frogs? Just a ton of frogs. All those people that just became members, drop some frogs. I want to see
Some
5
Mondo frogs.
All right, we're done with what we want to talk about. What do you guys want to talk about? Everybody, if you can, this is the time. Post in the comments, questions, subject you want us to go over. We want to do like a Q&A from what you guys want to say, or what do you guys want to have a conversation on? So post in the comments right now. Everyone dropping frogs. Post a comment. I'll start favoriting as many as I can, and we'll go over a lot of these questions or comments that you guys want to talk about. Adrian, Horror Night photo ops would be awesome. I also wish that classic monsters would show up a little bit in Europe. Exactly. That's where my brain was going. That was my brain was going. It'd be, dude. We need Frankie, Wolfman, Dracula, all on the studio tour photo op area. It'd be sick. Hey, Big Black Eye Channel, nice to see you at Disneyland. What up, Mondo? Danny got stuck and walked off Big Thunder from the Goat Hill. That's like the best part to probably get walked off on. While you were on the Mark Twain. I know. I was like, where'd you go? Hope you and the family had a good day, man. Let me see. All right. What questions? What do you guys want to talk about? What's going on with Doogie Boogie Bash? Anything? New rumors? Nothing? Nothing. Literally. Have you heard anything, Daddy? Like even a peep?
The only thing we've heard is when Disney gave us that unprecedented calendar at the beginning of the year in January where they showcased when everything was going to be in advance. They did confirm that Oogie Boogie Bash would be returning for the holiday season. So we do know that we're getting it. We're not, unfortunately, getting Mickey's Halloween Party. We're getting Oogie Boogie Bash one more time. So other than the fact that we know it's coming back, we know nothing.
We know nothing. Literally nothing. Oogie Boogie Bash. Did they give us dates on Oogie Boogie?
They didn't. They just said that it was. They just said like the Halloween season. The dates for the Halloween season.
August 23rd, bro. Damn. We're gonna be sweating, dude. It's gonna be so hot. Oh my gosh. August 23rd. Jeez Louise. What are they doing? What are they done making Dragon Phantasmic is going to better than last year? It's not. The dragon will not be anything animatronic to the extent we had before. The best thing I could say, Antonio, temper your expectations of the dragon coming from Phantasmic and its big return. Let's just be happy we have Phantasmic. We're not getting a cool dragon. It's simple as that. And I keep saying it. Maybe on the 75th celebration, they could just drop a badass dragon. You know, we got all these billions coming this way. But Valeria, do you think Disney will break ground this year on something like a new parking structure? What do you think, Danny?
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes! Even Ken Potrock, the president of Disney, we're going to start right away! They're not messing around. They are not messing around. Danny, what's yours and Danny's must-do attraction at Walt Disney World? That's too hard to say. Danny, could you give 2? So break it down to 2 that you're like.
I can give 3.
Okay, 3 then. Give us 3.
The Avatar Navi River Journey,
Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom. Um, I would say so first timer. I'm going from the perspective of a first timer, so I would say Kilimanjaro safaris.
So good. But do it in the morning.
Yeah, do it in the morning. So that's two, and then the third is probably Spaceship Earth at Epcot.
I love that ride.
Just because they're like those are all like weird things you can only do
There.
at Disney World.
Yeah. If I had to say, you cannot miss. You obviously have to like the thrill. Cosmic Rewind's just a must, and that's at Epcot. It's just so good, so good. Rewritability is insane on that ride. Something that like you have to do is just go spend a whole day at Epcot, morning to night, and honestly, go eat food, do some drinks, enjoy entertainment that they have, and just vibe. Literally, Epcot's just good enough. You don't even have to do anything. Just be there. It's beautiful, and soon enough, more entertainment's coming. Probably in June, July. But just go hang out at Epcot for a day. That's probably my number one thing. I just love Epcot. Uh, like rides and all that. Everything's different for everybody. Like at Magic Kingdom, there's like it sounds hella weird. Like my big attraction that I just freaking love at Magic Kingdom, Jungle Cruise. It's awesome at Magic Kingdom. It destroys what we got. Our Jungle Cruise is nothing compared to the Magic Kingdoms, and they get Jingle Cruise. So yeah, we're not even on the same level on that one.
Not even.
Yeah, not even close. Will Lamplight Lounge be getting special menu for Pixar Fest? Yes.
Yes.
I've gone over.
Wanda showcase it, right?
Yeah, I show it's in a Disney Parks blog. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. They had some stuff themed to like Elemental. I'm not sure if it was Luca and stuff like that, but they will have some special menu items. So if you do go out there, they have like dessert and foods, and I think even one drink. It might be non-alcoholic, but they have stuff. Have you checked out Centrico and Paseo Downtown Disney? Danny kind of did, right?
Yeah, Paseo and Centrico, they're not open yet. But they've been open testing for like invited guests, which I think are like family members of the people that work there.
Yeah.
And the people that work there. Today they had nothing going on. The location was dead. There wasn't even anyone standing there. So it's supposed to. The rumor has it to open officially on the 1st, which is Wednesday. That's the rumor, May 1st. But we all know restaurants like these, massive staff of like hundreds of employees, they're going to want to test stuff. So there's a good possibility that if you're going to the parks next week, Paseo, Centrico, and Tiendita could potentially be open for some testing, but it wouldn't be like a guaranteed thing and they could close at any time, right? That's kind of like how those always work. So, but it's worth checking out if you're on your way into the park. Maybe opt to walk in through downtown Disney rather than take the tram, just so you can see, just so you can see and be like, hey, is it open? Let's take a chance. And if it is, stop by and grab something. I was showing Mondo some photos. It looks like Tiendita is going to be offering some breakfast items. It's their to-go location, right? So I saw something in the menu because they had a digital menu with photos. They had like a breakfast bowl, avocado and like eggs and potatoes and stuff, and they also had a breakfast burrito. So could be a really good location if you guys are walking in from the hotels or just from the structure and you want to get a quick grab and go breakfast on your way in and not have to wait in line at Disneyland for it. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff to try. I'm excited to try it out. Hopefully I can go with Mondo to Centrico whenever we do that, because I know that's gonna be like a big shareable place.
Yeah.
I don't know about Paseo. That's a fine dining location. I'm gonna have to
we ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that. You're at Disneyland. It's like we ain't got time for that, dude. Um, we got winged Nike pup 14 months. Thank you for 14 months, winged Nike. What's a good game plan for Disneyland DCA on April 26th if I'm coming after work? Whew, that's a tough question. I don't know how busy it'll be.
Well, we know the parade, thanks to Raul, is like at 6. Did I say 6 or 6:30?
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
could have
6:30.
sworn it was 6. I think he said
Yeah,
6.
so I don't know when you get off work, but maybe you can watch the new parade. That's at DCA at 6 o'clock. Somehow, if you can make that, that's an option for you. But I think you just got to prioritize what you want to do. We won't have the food booths yet, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you want to do Club Pixar or the nighttime party at Disneyland, that's an option for you. Or if you want to watch the fireworks, you're probably going to have to spend most of your evening just waiting for the fireworks. So, especially if you want to try to get something on Main Street or in front of the castle, so you can view the Buzz Lightyear and the house from up.
I think if you ask me, I would try to make it to the parade like first. If I don't know what time you get out of work, but parade and then Club Pixar over there at Hollywoodland area. Go dance, get a drink, chill, and then just go straight to the other dance party at the Fantasyland Theater by Toontown. Do that, and then if you could sneak your way in somewhere in Small World, watch the fireworks. So you're just like bam, 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 bam. Just you're gonna. It's a jam packed like 4 or 5 hours. But good luck. May the force be with you, Wig Nike. I have a feeling it's going to be very, very busy. Is Six Flags Magic Mountain really building a hotel? I have no clue, dude. I think that was an April Fool's joke, so I'm going to say no. I don't even know. Is Six Flags demand enough for a hotel? I don't know Six Flags like that. Like, I'm not trying to put it down or nothing. I don't know. I just know it's very hot. It's going to be very hot at Six Flags very soon.
Mondo, we got Jamie Lynn in the chat, member of 12 plus months, says, Mondo, can I get 5 fires? Hashtag future mom coming fall 2024.
Let's go! 5 fires! That one's for you, Jamie Lynn. 5 fires of Jamie Lynn. Let me see. Future mom. Holy macaroni. Hey, good luck. I met a family. I met this guy and girl. They were pregnant. I don't know when they're having the baby, but I looked the guy straight in the eyes and I said, "Get all the sleep you can right now. I promise you, you will get no sleep for like probably forever. I don't know when the hell. I don't get to sleep in anymore. Max Cerrone is like an early bird beats the worm. He's up at 6:30 every day. Like me sleeping in these days, Danny's like 8 a.m., dude. Like that's like, oh, I got 2 more hours. But congratulations, Jamie Lynn. That's exciting. But get all the sleep you can, like literally. Let me see. I'm just going through. I'm trying to see any other questions. I think that's kind of it. Hold on, one more. Nintendo Game Dude. Is the new Pixar fireworks show better than the Disney 100? I feel like they're not even on the same playing field. Disney 100, it served its purpose and it was glorious. It was amazing. This one, being a summer theme and Pixar, it's glorious in its own right. I don't really compare them like that. How do you feel about it, Danny?
Yeah, I think with the fireworks, they each had their own goal in mind, right? The Wondrous Journey fireworks celebrated the 60 years of, or the 60 animated movies of the last 100 years from the Disney Studios specifically. So didn't cover Pixar at all. So they kind of got a little bit left out of the Disney 100 celebration. And so this is kind of like giving Pixar its shine. And then when you see all that showcased in the fireworks show, like I mentioned, it really does show how much influence the Pixar movies have had. in Disney over the last however long they've been doing them since the 90s. So I would say overall, um, the Wondrous Journey for sure has better song.
Yeah,
Like
you got Beauty and the Beast,
yeah,
Hunchback of Notre Dame, all at the same
yeah,
time.
the mashup and all that kind of stuff. It's just like totally gathers like your heartstrings, and I think with Together Forever, it's more of like you're in awe of like how it looks, the fireworks they chose, um, the just like hearing the different clips from the different movies. It's not really so much about like original scores like from it's all playing like Pixar scores. So they're like Mondo said, they're really different. But I would say Wondrous Journey is more of like your traditional like nighttime spectacular at Disneyland and Disney World even, and then Together Forever is like a love letter to like all your favorite movies.
Yeah, yeah. It's first of all, Wondrous Journey literally had two badass finales, like one in the middle and then obviously the one at the end. Yeah, that one for sure cost way more money than this one, if I had to take a guess. Speculation on Tiana's opening, Disneyland. I don't care about Walt Disney World. Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Where you at, Danny?
um,
Summer.
I'm I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking, and if you guys have ever
People,
watched speculation,
give people the D23 one. Give it to them. Give people what they want.
no,
Give it
I'm
to
just
them.
thinking. I'm just thinking. You got to think like we've talked about it so many times on this show about how Disney loves being efficient. It's one of their keys, by the way, right? They're five, 6 keys. I don't know, whatever they are.
Yeah.
But they love being efficient, and with efficiency, they love putting media events together with a bunch of different things. So
Danny saying that. I feel since we started Speculation Sunday, literally he's been saying
yeah,
that.
I say that all the time. And so, what do we have this year? We have a bunch of media coming for or for D23 in August. That's like mid August, sort of like early August.
Danny's about to drop some fire right now, everybody. Y'all ain't ready for it. Y'all ain't ready for it.
I'm just saying, when you have the media here, you're probably going to want to show off the attraction. I would say,
your most loyal fans here.
Yeah, I would say use D23 as like a guiding light, your guided star, right? Your North Star. Because I feel like if they can pull it off, they probably would want to do that. There's media here. They can have a media event to talk about the Avatar experience, where that's being built. Once they announce more details, they could showcase Tiana's Bayou Adventure, let the media experience it, and it would just really get all eyes on Disneyland. With the 70th anniversary right around the corner, even though we won't have like a lot to really show for the 70th, it gets Disney's like on the like being talked about, and that's what they want. So I don't think any other date would get them that kind of attention, at least this year. And the only reason I could see it getting put on afterward would be because they have delays. So, but I would think they're probably shooting for around D23.
So, what could possibly happen? Welcome to Speculation Sunday. Imagine, I'm guessing it's going to be Josh tomorrow. I don't think it'll be Bob Iger. I think it'll be Josh. Josh tomorrow talking about all these cool stuff coming to Disneyland and Disneyland Forward and all the Disneys. But imagine Josh tomorrow at D23 is like, everybody in this room, you guys are all going to be the first ones to ride Tiana's Bayou Adventure tonight. Everybody in this room at D23 or this stadium, I guess, you will all be the first ones to ride Tiana's Bayou Adventure tonight. So
they've done it before.
They've done stuff like that before. I have freaking no clue when opening day is, but maybe we see something crazy cool happen like that. And Danny's going, so he could be one of the people on the Tiana's Bayou Adventure before it ever opens.
I know.
That would be so sick, dude. I hope.
Yeah, when we had the the new Fantasmic with that new dragon, the 2.0 Fantasmic, they showcased that and talked about it at D23 Expo. And then in the parks panel, they said, oh, and by the way, everyone in this panel is going to be the first person to watch Fantasmic before anyone else, like a full 2 weeks before it was even going to be debuting.
Yeah.
And they gave us like a little credential, and then we would which got you access to Disneyland even if you didn't have a park ticket. It still got you access into the park to go in after hours and watch Fantasmic, weeks before it actually started. And that was something they did at D23. And what better way to do that again to really get the hype going behind Tiana? So I could see that happening.
You
That would
literally
be
have the most Disney loyalist of fans at D23. Who's gonna say good stuff about this ride? Everybody in that crowd. And they're gonna blog it. There's just so much media that will just be in attendance in general at the stadium of D23 Parks and Experiences and whatever. So it'd be really cool. I'm not part of it, but I would love to see that come to life. That'd be really, really cool, man. Mademoiselle Papel dropping 5. Thanks, Monjo Danny, for all the updates and speculation. By far!
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Also, too, we got a member chat. Hold on. I don't want to miss it. Oh, my gosh. Let me see. It was... Okay, we got Wing
Missed
Night.
it?
Did I miss anybody? I know.
I think you got it.
I think that was it. Thank you, though, Mademoiselle Papel. The logistics of that would be insane. They've done it before. Where this whole crowd go to Disneyland.
Yeah, I mean, it was half the size, but this is a...
But this is like a historic D23. I'm just going to leave it at that. So maybe we see crazy stuff happen. Danny, closing thoughts on everything. Closing thoughts.
Man, I'm really excited for Pixar Fest. We've been talking about Pixar Fest coming back on this show for years. So to see it come back is going to be so fun. Trying the special foods, seeing all the merchandise they're going to have, the parade, the fireworks, the nighttime parties. It's going to be a good time to go to Disneyland this summer, whether you're at California Adventure or Disneyland. There's going to be a lot to see and do. So I'm excited to try it out and share it with everyone here and talk about it on Sunday.
Yeah.
So what about you, Mondo?
Very excited for Pixar Fest. Disneyland, I don't know how else to say it, but from the pandemic being closed to this specific event, which is Pixar Fest, Disneyland's come from nothing being open to a summer theme, just big shebang, fireworks, dance parties, food booths, characters, parade is mind blowing, and then Fantasmic still. Oh my god! And D23, dude, Disneyland is. I feel back in the glory days, and this Pixar Fest is It's like that milestone of Disneyland's just on God mode again, where they left off in 2019. I think this summer event and beyond, they're just back on the gravy train. I don't know how else to say it. They're at the top again. It's unbelievable that they've come to this point again, and the future is so bright because I have a feeling we're gonna start getting summer themes from now on again. They're just gonna go hard and keep bringing this level of entertainment, storytelling, and experience, magical experience to the parks again. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm just so happy. I'm so happy, dude. Before we get out of here, I don't want to miss out. We got another super chat. Joya Dropping 10. Monjo, I know you're not supposed to sell your after hours ticket, but I can't go Tuesday. Can I give it away? You could for sure. I think there's a process that you have to call in Disneyland to like switch names or something. And there's nothing wrong with that. Things happen where you all of a sudden can't go. And Disney allows to transfer a ticket, but you have to call in. I'm pretty positive. And just call like the ticket number or just Disneyland, the like whatever contact support, the general one, they'll be able to help you. I've over like the last years, I've heard many people have to switch their tickets, and it's usually people like from out of town that are just like, stuff happened, I can't come anymore, I got to switch the ticket. But yeah, you'll be fine, Joya. I hope whatever after dark event you're doing, I hope you have a wonderful time, and thank you for supporting the fire. All right, that's it. Danny, one more time, where can we find your content and anything coming soon, just to let people know one more time?
Yep. I have a new video coming out, What's New, What's Happening in Disneyland, also featuring some clips from the Better Together Fireworks Spectacular, since Mondo and I got a special preview of that this weekend, just out of luck. So that was really cool to be able to see that. So that'll be up on my YouTube channel, Just Ask Sandy, this week. So if you aren't subscribed already, make sure you are. And then my podcast called The 5571. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, etc. New episode of that this week, just like it is every week. So make sure you're following that as well. Heck
yeah. Oh my Lanta, Arlene out of nowhere. Happy Speculation Sunday. I hope everyone has a fantastic week. Boom! Thank you, Arlene. Oh, Malanta. I'm glad I didn't miss that. I would have felt so bad. I will be doing the popcorn giveaway tonight. Just stay tuned. I think I might go live for like just members only, and we'll get it done, I promise. But have a great night, everyone. Let's have a wonderful week. A lot of content coming this week from 60th tour. Hopefully, I don't even know if the studio tour opened today, but from the 60th, there's a media event and the grand opening of that. There's also going to be Fall Guy pre-show at Waterworld, Pixar Fest. Oh my gosh. It's a great week coming up, everyone. All right, Danny, thank you so much. We are firing it down. The Cat Lee Bay and Just Ask Danny are calling it a day. I'm the main host, Monto.